Hi, I'm Sonia. Welcome back to my channel, Sonia on Being 60. Today is going to be the third video in my series on kind of my diet and what I've been doing with my diet. I started off by talking about how my way of eating used to be very, very high carb, extremely low fat. I mean, I was scared to eat fat. I thought, the world's going to end if I eat fat, because it was drilled into my head for so many years that fat was bad. It's like you just had to avoid fat at all costs. So eat low, low fat, high carb. And it was almost as if it didn't really matter what you were eating as long as you avoided the fat. And, 3 years ago, I decided that way of eating just wasn't sustainable for me anymore. I really realized that I was totally addicted to carbs, to, the sugars, anything sweet. It was like it was like there was this other little stomach in me that could just gobble up all the candy or all the cookies without ever actually being full or feeling satisfied. And that just wasn't healthy. So kind of that pendulum swung from super high carb, low fat, all the way over to the ketogenic diet, which is very low carb, very high fat, and moderate protein. And for me, it was almost like it was all or nothing. I couldn't go halfway. I just had to totally turn my diet on its head. And following that ketogenic way of eating really did work for me. My cravings have gone away. I no longer crave sugar, anything sweet. I just don't. And, if I eat something like some nuts, for example, I'm satiated after just a small handful. Not like in the past where there was like no satiation limit, if you will. Protein helps, your body repair cells, make new cells. It really does help maintain muscle mass and increase muscle mass when you do strength training. And it can help prevent muscle loss when you are, trying to lose weight. Eating protein is really good for our bones. It does reduce our appetite, and eating protein, a sufficient amount of protein, does keep you satisfied for a longer period of time. And it helps with that age-related muscle deterioration. So I figured for myself, I'm going to change things up. I'm going to like I said, my pendulum swung from being so far over here with one way of eating all the way over here to another way of eating that I'm bringing it back. So what I've decided that I'm going to do is I'm going to still say low carb, because as I mentioned earlier, increasing my carbs any more than maybe 50, 60 grams a day causes me issues. So my diet will still be low carb, but now instead of my protein being only maybe 20%, I'm boosting that up to about 40% of what I eat. So I'm boosting it up to about 1 gram of protein per gram of body weight. And then my fat will still be fairly high. It's going to be around, probably around 40, 45% as well. And I will track what I'm eating in my MyFitnessPal, because I know eating that much protein is not easy for me. In the past, even when I was eating high carb, I know I never really ate enough protein. So I'll be tracking, because 140 grams of protein is quite a lot. And, I'll be eating, meat, poultry, fish, and I'll also probably have like a protein shake just to kind of boost that protein in my diet. So I'm going to be curious to see how I feel doing that. I think it's going to be better for me, certainly as I'm aging. I really want to protect my muscle mass, my lean muscle mass, and I want to have strong bones. So I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to give this a little bit of an experiment. I believe too that by eating protein, and it'll be interesting, you know, like I was saying earlier, protein really does satisfy and keeps you full longer. So I have to like pay attention to still getting in all of my calories every day, because that's really important as well. I'm not trying to lose weight. I'm just trying to maintain my weight. And I want to make sure that I'm eating enough to, you know, to be able to do all of the activities that I do. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. And I really do think this will be kind of a good step for me to go. But, you know, like I say in every video, everybody is different. We're all an experiment of one. And we have to always, I think, kind of play around, fine tune to figure out what works best for our body and for the, you know, for the age that we are, for the level of activity that we do. It's all about trying new things and really seeing what works. My next video, I think I'll do a series. I'm going to try to do a series on cooking. I'm going to learn how to demonstrate cooking. That's something I'm not sure how hard that might be to do or not do. But what I want to do is I want to kind of play around and take some traditional type things that I've grown up with and see if I can low carbify them. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this little video, and let me know what about your diet? What do you do and how do you feel? And I look forward to seeing you on my next video, which is going to be a cooking video. Take care. Bye now.